The US Army has traditionally been mainly on tracked vehicles, but some years ago they moved to a more balanced fleet of tracked and wheeled vehicles, and the wheeled vehicle is the Stryker. The Stryker is a further development of the LAV, and as the years have gone on, the weight of the vehicle has increased. So there's now a lot of engineering change proposals which are going through to restore some of that capability to the vehicle. Could you just tell us what some of those key improvements are?
Sure. What's behind me here is what we call the Stryker Engineering Change Package, and it restores this vehicle back to the original power to weight ratio of the flat bottom Stryker that was produced starting in 2001. And we do that with a larger engine. It produces 450 horsepower, which is a 100 horsepower increase over the current motor. And we do it with a new suspension system, the 6.0 suspension as we call it, that increases the weight capacity of the vehicle to beyond its current weight. So we have some margin.
And with stretch potential for future.
Exactly. And it also provides a larger, wider diameter tire, which improves the mobility in soft soil conditions, which has always been a challenge for a wheeled vehicle.
Absolutely.
And since it's more rugged and heavier duty, it will be more reliable and less prone to breakage as well.
So what's the gross vehicle weight around nowadays, approximately? Very roughly.
Between 45,000 and 53,000 pounds, depending on which variant. The original ones were 38,000.
That's right. You can see the bigger tiles on which give a bit of traction.
Exactly.
And you've got the extra armor on it as well.
The extra armor, and this one has the double V hull structure, so it's very mine resistant, and that weighs more than the original hull as well.
So General Dynamics built brand new double hulls, and also they backfitted some of the older vehicles with the hull to improve their survivability.
That's correct. We built 2 brigades worth of new double V hull vehicles, and we're now producing the 3rd brigade of those, but we're using a retrofit or exchange process.
Yeah.
And when that set is complete, then we'll start producing the 4th DVH brigade, and it will have the engineering change package upgrades as well.
Yeah, I think the only 2 that haven't gone to the double V hull is the mobile gun system and the NBC vehicle.
That's correct.
They're still at the old flat bottom one.
That's correct. Because there's some unique engineering challenges with those 2 variants, the Army decided not to fund the development of a double V version so far. We think that will come in time, but not yet.
And they've all got the Protector remote weapon station fitted at the moment.
That's correct. And the new ones will have the same RWS as this one here does. We are under contract to upgrade a select number of flat bottom Strykers with a medium caliber cannon. And that's for the brigade station in Europe.
That will probably be a Mark 44 cannon, probably, will it? Or?
The cannon hasn't been specified.
Right.
We're in the competition phase right now, so I can't really comment.
I understand.
No, but that's a good question, and we expect to be finished by the end of this calendar year, and we will have selected both a gun and a turret.
So it will be a remote control turret, probably?
It will be remote, because the requirement from the Army was not to have the turret intrude into the hull.
Yes.
Because they want to preserve the 9-man squad capacity.
I mean, it's a turret basket. You lose 2 people
at least, weight. Right, and weight and complexity, and they didn't want to do that. So this will basically be a remote control cannon.
Yeah. Okay. And what about foreign military sales? I mean, do they normally go for the LAV-3 or Stryker?
It's an interesting combination of both. So far, the LAV-3 has been the one we have sold overseas, but in the last, I would say, 18 months, there's been more interest in the Stryker from some of the European countries in the Baltics.
Yes.
From some, even the British Army had a contingent of their soldiers at Fort Bliss last month.
That's right.
Experimenting with Stryker.
Yeah.
So we're optimistic on that front.
Because I think some of the suspension part are the same as the latest Canadian LAVs 6, aren't they?
That's correct. Yeah, we share some of the engineering design effort, and it helps reduce the cost for both customers.
Well, thank you very much, Tim, for that excellent brief. Thanks very much indeed.
Enjoyed it.